Sportz Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown!
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sportz Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday evening. Welcome into the Sportz Blitz Live.
How's it feel? How's it feel to get your name on the marquee?
I'm telling you, man.
Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Took me about 5 years till they announced my name on there. It's taken you about 6?
About that, yeah. I've got the record, I think.
Brett and Randy don't let that go easy.
They
man.
don't usually. I am Andy Graham. He is Luke Robinson. We are with you tonight on the Sportz Blitz Live. We appreciate all of you out there joining us this evening. A lot to talk about. The Super Bowl is now set. The New England Patriots, for the 7th time, will take on, or in the Super Bowl, they'll take on the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll talk about Auburn and Alabama basketball, as that is relevant. We've been talking about that. We wish that would be relevant for so long. We talked about that today on the Auburn Blitz. You know, we've longed for so long, Auburn and Alabama to be relevant. They are actually relevant this year in NCAA basketball. We'll actually talk about that a little bit. Is it too early to talk about spring football?
I don't think so. I think it's, yeah, maybe spring football is a little early, but I'd say to talk about wrapping up recruiting.
Okay.
I'm pro wrapping up recruiting.
Okay. Well, I got some things to talk about spring football.
Okay, well, let's throw them out there, bro. It's your show now. You actually got named first.
It's not my show. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll talk a little bit about that. And we'll take your comments. Of all of you out there that are joining us on Facebook Live as we've started to do that, we'd love for you to comment on everything that we're talking about. If you'd like to comment on any of the things that we talk about, we'd love to hear them. And you can always give us a call. 256-234-6221 is our number here. You can cuss out Luke. You can talk about whatever you'd like.
Or do something new.
Or you do
because that's been done.
That's been done. That's been done. You can talk about something new. We'd love to hear from you about any of your opinions of the things that are going on in the world of sports. What do you want to start with? You said.
Well, it's kind of funny. We're in a weird position, I think, tonight in the sense of where do you start? Do you want to start with the Super Bowl? This isn't exactly NFL country, but I still think it's okay to start with the Super Bowl. I enjoyed the NFL playoffs. I watched the New England game. I finished it up on my way to Memphis and watched it in a restaurant, and everybody there knew what was coming. We all knew what was coming, and there was zero you could do about it. And really, I was kind of hoping it was going to happen that way, not because I'm a New England fan, not because I love Tom Brady, but just because I enjoyed this mystique continuing on. And it felt right for that to happen. You know, I'm a big Cinderella's only Cinderella if she doesn't win that game kind of thing. And so if the Jags had made it, you could make sure they'd be excited and that'd be fun. And the Jaguars will have their day. They've got a lot of young talent. But for us to be watching Belichick and Tom Brady right now, we need to be just immersing ourselves in this greatness. It is unbelievable that and I know you're going to roll your eyes and you probably should, but that we are in the era of a Coach K, a Nick Saban, and a Belichick. Meanwhile, we got Tom Brady here doing his thing at the same time. And then I guess you could even throw in LeBron James if you want to. Some people would probably have a problem with that. But I grew up with Michael Jordan too, so I mean, I have them both. But we're watching some of the best be their best all the time. Speaking of, Nick Saban just won the national championship. It looks like the Patriots could win the Super Bowl, Tom Brady winning it and Belichick. And meanwhile, Coach K, who is 70 years old, is signing the 3 best players in America for next year. The 3 best. There's no, 3 of the best. 1, 2, and 3. That's who Coach K is signing. It's surreal to watch this happen right in front of our eyes.
No doubt. You put Tom Brady in a position to win the game, and he's going to win it. I mean, like you said, you knew what was going to happen. I mean, the Jaguars, really dominated pretty much the first half of that game. You knew the Patriots were going to make a win. That's what happens in NFL. But just to be there in the fourth quarter, to give him a chance to drive the field to win the game, I mean, it's almost it is expected at this point. But we were talking about this today, and Randy was talking about it's not a coincidence that Belichick and Saban were in it together, or basically kind of are broken from the same mold, and now dominating the NFL and in college football in a way that we haven't seen, I guess, really ever. I mean, going back to the 50s, like to Oklahoma. I mean, outside of that, I don't know what to compare it to. I mean, they have so far compared. I used to compare it to Nebraska in the mid-'90s, but they've gone far past that. And you can't compare what the Patriots are doing to anything.
Now, and I throw those three in. Justin Mosley brings up a good point. What about Gino Auriemma at UConn? And yes, you could include him too. I would say I think it's been tougher to do it. Those other three guys to do it more, because in women's college basketball now it's catching up, but it was so top heavy.
Yeah.
The talent. If UConn was getting all the top talent and nobody else was getting anything, well, now your Notre Dames and your South Carolinas and your Mississippi States, they're catching up a little bit. Tennessee was in there too. But when UConn stole that mantle from Tennessee, they held on with a death grip. It's just now beginning to, Mississippi State, I think, got the big win over them in the Final Four last year.
Yeah.
But I think these three coaches, we're going to tell our grandchildren that, we got to watch these runs. And I don't know that we'll ever see anything like it. And they were debating it on some national, what's better? Is it Saban's run or is it Belichick's run? And you could legitimately make a case for either one. 5 and 9 years for Nick Saban. But he's able to sort of pick and choose his talent. And meanwhile, New England is at the mercy of a draft, but they have been able to keep the best quarterback probably ever. He'll go down as the best quarterback ever, I guess, this entire time.
It's not. I don't think it's a debate anymore.
Who you think is Patriots?
No, I mean about Tom Brady.
Oh, that he's I got you. That he's the best ever.
Yeah.
I did hear another show on the way over here, and they were talking about, well, what about Joe Montana? Look, I like Joe Montana.
I love him.
I think he's great, but to say
there's a debate though. You could say, well, John Elway, Joe Montana, Dan Marino,
even Peyton Manning.
And throw him in there. But Tom Brady's at some point you just got to say, look, 7 Super Bowls.
It's amazing.
Like you said, again, in college, you could say at least there is some precedent to go on a run and dominate the field for a while. It's been done in certain eras. But, the Steelers went to 4 Super Bowls, and that was like, considered.
The Bills went to 4 in a row.
They did go. They didn't win him.
They win him. But I'll say this, that
they won 5 of the 7.
The greatest attribute of both Saban and Belichick is their ability to keep this going, and I'm going to argue it's because they have the ability to manage egos. Both of them do. Belichick, not so much from any fan pressure. Coaches only get fan pressure if they're stinking it up.
Yeah.
He has to deal with Robert Kraft, though, who is a very wealthy man, a very powerful man, and who's obviously going to have an ego. And then on the other side, Saban's got to deal with, all these players that come in as 5 stars. Belichick's got to deal with all these other players. But he didn't have to deal, I guess, with as much star power outside of Brady. They brought Randy Moss sort of on the tail, maybe on the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
But who else have they brought in that you thought, oh my God, they're going to have to pay that man a lot of money? They never do it that way.
And Robert Kraft is a great onna, and it's like the perfect storm.
It is.
I guess, because Kraft is the kind of guy that says, look, I don't know much about football. I'm gonna pay you this money to do your job, and I'm gonna stay out of it. He's the anti-Jerry Jones, because you don't ever hear his name other than the fact that it's stuff that's off the field.
I agree.
So it's kind of the perfect storm that all those three guys really came together: Robert Kraft, Belichick, and Tom Brady. and it's worked out. And I just,
And to think Tom Brady got the job because Drew Bledsoe got hurt, right?
That's right. It kind of, in somewhat dubious, and poor Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe. And it was like a horrific injury.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, and not that he was out for a long time, but he got hit, and it was like he was. I mean, his insides got all messed up. I mean, so. But anyway, let's laud the Patriots like they need it some more. They're going.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Is there any? I mean, I saw that the Eagles are the biggest underdog since '09.
Yeah, but you know what the spread is?
No.
It's 5.5.
No.
I mean, I saw that. That doesn't really seem like a. And secondly, I could make the case the Eagles are better.
Yeah.
You take away. Outside of Tom Brady,
do you think they're going to win? Though?
No, I don't think they're going to win. But if you took away the uniforms of everybody, which I know you can't do, and you just said, okay, Team A beat Team B in the first game by this, and here are the stats, and you watched the game, and they just had these, one beige color, one dark gray color uniform, and then the other one had a blue, and the other one had a red, and you said Team C beat you would say Team C, being Philadelphia, looked the best of anybody. I mean, their defense.
Minnesota was a really good team.
Minnesota's a good team. They had everything to play for. They were playing for the first team to ever play in their home stadium for a Super Bowl. And Nick Foles, you would also say, if their names weren't on their jerseys, you would say Nick Foles played better than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It's the mystique of Tom Brady, and that's another reason I want him to do it. Like, it's just it's the intangible. That's the beauty of sports to me, that he was so incredible.
Uh-huh. We're up against our first break here, but don't go anywhere. Love to hear from you, 256-234-6221. More of Sportz Blitz Live, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill and S&S Discount, or Sunshine Heating and Air. I'm sorry. We'll get it right in a minute. We'll be back with more right after this.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. At Main Street Family Urgent Care, we want you to know one of the benefits of our clinic. We have a self-pay option that allows you to get the most out of your visit. That means you don't have to worry about receiving a large bill after your visit. $125 covers all in-house labs, stitches, x-rays, or injections, and we have a selection of antibiotics available in the clinic. We want you to feel better fast at Main Street Family Urgent Care, open 7 days a week in Alexander City across the street from Walmart. Heal better, feel better fast.
So Dave here is taking the family up to the lake for the weekend, but without the white knuckles this time. Because his new 2018 Ford F-150 has Bliss with trailer coverage. It's Brainiac smart. Not only does it watch your F-150's blind spots, it's got your trailer covered too. One less thing to spoil the weekend. No, it can't make the fish bite, but maybe they'll work on that. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Ready to put some fun in your life? Whether it's Central or East Alabama, North Alabama, West Georgia, or wherever you're from, Fun Carts of Opelika is your authorized E-Z-GO cart dealer that has no limits on a perfect E-Z-GO cart. Whether it's a fully customized cart or a stock-made cart, we'll deliver it on time and at the best price. Fun Carts gives you the service after the sale, so no matter if it's hunting, tailgating, motorhoming, fleet rental, or just a better way to get around, Fun Carts of Opelika has it and will customize it to your needs. Visit us in Opelika or call us or visit online for the best E-Z-GO carts. Put a little fun in your life with Fun Carts of Opelika.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Bice Motors in Alexander City. Brian and his crew offer the latest lines of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, as well as the best used inventory around. Guaranteed lowest price. Bice.
Welcome everyone back to Sports Blitz Live. I can't get it right.
Shouldn't have put his name in the introduction, guys.
Shouldn't have.
Telling you. He's
We're brought to you by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. We appreciate all of our sponsors out there. Andy and Luke here with you until 9 o'clock. Alabama getting underway at 7:30. They'll take on Ole Miss in Oxford tonight. Alabama 13-6 on the year, 5-2 in the league. Florida atop the standings right now at 6-1. Auburn number 2. Ooh. That feels so good to say. Auburn 5-1, number 19 in the country, the top-rated team in the SEC. Brandy talked about today things that you never thought you'd say. Auburn, the top-rated team in the SEC.
Like clockwork, every 18 years it's going to happen.
That's right. We're on mark. Tonight, Arkansas at Georgia. That got underway at 5:30.
61 all with 46 seconds left.
41 seconds. That's a great
big game for both teams.
Oh, yeah.
These are two teams that are teetering right now.
They need it, absolutely. Yep. Vanderbilt at Tennessee. Tennessee number 22 in the country. That started at 6. Alabama at 7:30. Texas A&M at LSU at 8. And Mississippi State at Kentucky at 9. Kentucky reeling a little bit.
They are, but last time they had this predicament, they fell out of the top 25 and they make it all the way to the national championship game where they lose to UConn. So look, as an 8 seed or whatever it was. Remember, that's the year they upset Wichita State, which was the 1. I think Kentucky is going to be fine. That's the thing about their turnover every year. They lose a bunch of guys and they bring a bunch of new guys in. They're all very, very good. But, the SEC has done pretty well too. And here's some of the teams. First of all, the SEC is upgraded in coaching. There's no doubt. You look at Tennessee with Rick Barnes. He's doing some really nice things over there. Auburn has been able to mature a little bit. Some of their guys, like a Bryce Brown is now a junior, and he's much better than when he got there. They haven't had the threat of people leaving necessarily straight out of 1 year, and so they've been able to mature. Alabama's upgraded its talent. Arkansas is still Arkansas. They're not world beaters under Mike Anderson, but they are not bad. Florida is still very, very good. So South Carolina made the Final Four last year. Then they beat Kentucky this year. So the SEC I think is upgraded on the whole, and I think the league is a lot better.
Alabama against Ole Miss tonight. What do you think? Does Alabama need this game? They're sitting really good actually. Having did they underperform in out of conference? Do you think?
I think they performed about where they should have. When you consider who they played in the out of conference, and you hate to make excuses, but I would say take a game like that Minnesota game where you have to wind up playing 3-on-5. You sort of have to take that with a grain of salt. But then the rest of them, they dropped the UCF game, the Central Florida game, and they wish they would have that one back, especially with UCF's 7'6" Taco Falls out for the year. But overall, I think Alabama's non-conference schedule, when you play at Arizona, I mean, how many times is Alabama going to go to Arizona and win that game? Not very many. Who's going to go to Arizona and win that game? Not very many teams. So I think that they've done okay there. But, yeah, I think tonight's very, very important, and one of the reasons is that Alabama's got some games that I would say they have a very low chance of winning that I know that are left. At Auburn, at Kentucky, at
Florida. Oklahoma Saturday.
Yeah, now I'm not saying Alabama can't win that game. I mean, I've watched this Oklahoma team. They're not bad. They got up as high as number 4, but they lost 2 last week. They were in a tight one with Kansas earlier this evening. I don't know where that game stands right now. But it's going to be Trae Young, who's probably going to end up being player of the year. He's leading the country in assists and scoring against Colin Sexton. I think Colin Sexton will play some tonight, and he'll probably play a lot on Saturday, I'm hoping. But that'll be an interesting matchup. And so Alabama gets another bump to the schedule. So that game, one way or the other, as long as Alabama doesn't get humiliated, I don't think that's going to be a big problem. That's why I think tonight's so important. This is a winnable SEC road game. They need to go over there and steal that one. It's going to be tough to win at Auburn. It's going to be tough to win at Florida. It's going to be tough to win at Kentucky. It's going to be tough to beat Tennessee and Florida at home. Alabama just got unlucky this year the way the schedule fell. They have to play Florida twice. So, I think this is one of those games they got to go win, and I think at Mississippi State's another game they need to probably sneak out of there with. But, I like Alabama's chances a lot to make the tournament now, and that's all I can ask for in year 3 of Avery Johnson, and hope that they can build on this for next year. He's got a pretty good recruiting class coming in again next year. There'll be no Colin Sexton, but I'll keep my fingers crossed for John Petty to come back, and I think Alabama, with Herb Jones doing what he's doing, I think Alabama will be a lot better.
What's the deal with Sexton right now?
He's got an abdominal injury, and he will play tonight, it sounds like. But he got hurt in practice. And I know
practice? We're talking
about practice. But I know everybody's mind has been jumping, oh, it's something to do with it. It has nothing to do with the FBI stuff, apparently. I mean, this is, again, the sources I have that are pretty doggone good have told me it has nothing to do with that. He really is hurt. And if you've watched him play, there have been several games this year where he plays really hard, he gets after it, and he's not the biggest guy in the world. And those guys sometimes do get hurt. There's been some times he's been knocked to the deck, and he's gotten up very, very slowly. So it's not really a shock that he got hurt. I just wish he hadn't gotten hurt in practice. But I'll say this for it. It's been a little bit of a blessing because Alabama's been able to go 2-0 without him. Mm-hmm. And I think it's given some of the other guys a shot in the arm where they've said, okay, this
we got to step up
our game, and now we can't just watch the Colin Sexton show.
Alabama 13-6 right now. What is it going to take for them to get into the NCAA tournament for the rest of the year? They're 5-2.
They're 5-2. I'm not exactly sure how many games they have left, but I think if they're somewhere around 18,
probably 12. They got 12.
If they're around 18-13 or 17-13, somewhere in that neighborhood, I think they're fine. I mean, look, and when I say things like that, you know how much I hate teams that are teetering on 500 being invited. But as an Alabama fan, because there's 68 teams, if that's what it takes to get us in, I'm fine with that. But that's why I'm saying tonight's so big. I don't think Alabama's going to win the SEC tournament, so there's a loss in there, right? Somewhere. There's going to be another loss. I think you lose to Florida twice, at Auburn, at Kentucky. There's 5 losses total. Okay, and so now that puts me at 11 losses. And you got Tennessee at home. You've got at Mississippi State. You've got Missouri coming in. They're not bad. Alabama's got some at Texas A&M when they're going to be healthy. Yeah. Alabama's got some tricky games coming up. So I think the strength of schedule is going to be Alabama's saving grace one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Up against another break here, but don't go anywhere. More of Sportz Blitz Live when we come back. Right after this.
Ask what makes it the best 3 Series ever, and we'll tell you it has more advanced suspension and steering for even more control of the road. And it's near perfectly balanced to put performance first. But ask if we're aware the competition mimics us just to keep up? No comment. The BMW 3 Series.
Visit BMW of Columbus on Whittlesey Boulevard or shop bmwofcolumbus.com.
Homeowners all over Alabama have discovered that when you need your flooring clean, whether it's carpet, upholstery, or any manner of hard surfaces, there's no clean like Peaches and Clean. Serving Auburn, the Chattahoochee Valley, Montgomery, Birmingham, and the Lake Martin area. Call 866-837-6937. 866-837-6937. Or visit peachesandclean.com. Caring for your floor and a whole lot more.
There's no clean like Peaches and Clean.
TPE Power Equipment is now the trusted name for all your mower and power equipment needs. Whether it's our original Tallahassee location or Opelika location on Fredericks Road, we've got East Alabama covered with the best brands of mowers and power equipment from Husqvarna, Toro, Kawasaki, Echo, and Honda. Right now, get commercial strength Husqvarna zero-turn mowers with our fleet program that offers deep discounts, easy finance, and bonus handheld equipment in one solid package. TPE of Opelika and Tallahassee are the new standard of everything power equipment in East Alabama.
The Lennox iComfort S30 thermostat can sense changes in your environment. It even knows when you come and go. So now your home's most important system is also the smartest.
Farnell Mechanical gives you the smartest home comfort system available. It knows when you're away and adjusts when allergens and humidity get uncomfortable.
Trust Farnell Mechanical to provide perfect air for your family.
What perfect feels like. Lennox.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime at the all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Every new and pre-owned vehicle, just one dime down. Plus credit amnesty. Bring home $350 a week, get up to $30,000 in credit.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
10 acres, 1,000 vehicles, just one dime down.
Folks, you've just got to see this place.
The all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Call 800-NEXT-RIDE.
This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air, your authorized East Central Alabama Train dealer. Call Advanced Heating and Air. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back into Sportz Blitz Live. Luke Robinson along with Andy Graham tonight. And we want to welcome in our first guest of the evening. That's Mr. John Coppins, who is the championship manager of the U.S. Women's Open. And if you hadn't heard, that's going to be at Shoal Creek this year, May 28th through June 3rd. John, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Listen, appreciate you taking the time to be with us. This is a huge deal for not just the city of Birmingham, but for the whole state of Alabama, for the U.S. Women's Open to be right here in our great state.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we certainly think so. You know, it's the first U.S. Women's Open to be contested in the state of Alabama. So when you talk about a state that's so familiar with major sporting events, national championships and the like, to bring the premier event in women's golf, the ultimate test in women's golf, to Birmingham and Alabama for the first time, it is a big deal. You're going to have really the world of women's golf focused in on Birmingham and Shoal Creek for that week.
So what made Shoal Creek the choice? I've actually had the good fortune of playing Shoal Creek, not well, but I've played it, and it is a beautiful course that certainly deserves national attention. But how did it land this gem of a tournament?
So the club itself has to invite us to host the Women's Open or host any of our championships there. So that's really the first step. But Shoal Creek has a storied history around championship golf, whether it's the PGA Championship, the Senior Tour event in town, or USGA Championships. They've actually hosted a U.S. Amateur and a U.S. Junior Amateur out there. So the golf course has proven time and time again that it is of championship caliber, and really excited to see what the best women players in the world are going to do to it in May and June.
And you're talking about the best women players in the world. What are some of the names we can expect to see there at Shoal Creek at the end of May?
Well, a portion of our field are exempt into the championship. A portion will qualify, so you'll have a good mix of the names that everyone is familiar with, the top 50 in the world. So the Lydia Ko's, the Lexi Thompson, Stacey Lewis. The past 10 winners of the Women's Open are exempt in. So going back to 2010, you have Paula Creamer, Michelle Weave from 2014. So not only the best players in the world, but also some amateurs could qualify. You could see some of the excellent players that play at Alabama, University of Alabama, some of the players that play at Auburn try and qualify for the championship. And it'd be really cool to get one of those local collegiate golfers or a local golfer here from Birmingham into the field to have the community kind of rally around. It's such a big deal to be able to qualify for the U.S. Women's Open, even for a college golfer at the top of their game.
And, John, you're the championship manager of the U.S. Women's Open. What all does that entail?
So I'm really the boots on the ground for the USGA. So we have about 300 full-time employees back at our headquarters in New Jersey. But for our Open championships, the U.S. Open, Senior Open, Women's Open, we actually send staff on site 2 years in advance to start the prep work. So I'm focused on everything outside the ropes, so I don't have to worry about rough heights or pin locations or which tees we're playing from. My primary focus is where are folks parking, what's the public safety plan going to look like, concessions, grandstands, hospitality, tickets, really anything that goes into the logistical side of planning the event.
Well, buddy, we look forward to it. Can't wait to go up there to Shoal Creek and watch some of this event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Should be great weather, and the course is going to be immaculate, I know.
Yeah, we're excited. We obviously have to get into spring here and really get the golf blood flowing. Folks getting excited about it, but we've got volunteer opportunities, tickets on sale right now, uswomensopen.com. A lot of ways to get involved and take this championship in. It is free to kids 18 and under, so really an event for the entire family and a once-in-a-generational event here in Birmingham and in Alabama.
Well, listen, we want to have you on again as it gets a little bit closer, John, but I want to thank you for bringing this to everybody's attention. Should be a lot of fun, and thanks for being on with us this evening.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you down the road.
That was John Coppins, the championship manager of the U.S. Women's Open, and that's a huge event here in Birmingham. Well, I say here, we're in Atlantic City, but It's close enough, and if you've never been to Shoal Creek, you should take the trip up there during this tournament. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it's going to be a well-run thing. Night Edie Group is involved, so you know they're going to do it right.
Absolutely. And when that's toward June, you say?
Yeah, May 28th through June 3rd. I went there recently. They had sort of a meet and greet, and I just went to go watch some of the interviews, et cetera. And just it's really cool. It's kind of like a college football setting there, and ironically, there were some girls there that actually play for the University of Alabama, but they just love the sport so much, and they are so appreciative of the attention. You know, you get some of the bigger name sports, and you can tell like folks they almost don't even want to see you. They want a little bit of private time or whatever. Everybody was so gracious about whoever it was. They didn't care what newspaper you were from. They didn't care what TV station you were from. They were happy to talk to you. So it brings a lot of enthusiasm to the whole event.
U.S. Women's Open.
That's a big deal, man.
That's a big deal.
So
the Brunos that was the only thing that the senior Open used to be there in Birmingham for years and years and years. I guess is it still in Birmingham? It's not anymore, I guess, is it?
I don't think it's not at Shoal Creek anymore, is it?
I don't think so.
Well, whatever. I mean, look,
well,
we don't do a ton of golf talk.
I just mean in Birmingham.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know if it's in Birmingham, honestly.
But anyway.
But I'm going to this. I can tell you right now, I'm going to go to this event. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Wasn't it in Mobile or something? Several years ago?
Why are you still arguing with me about it? Why are you checking with me as if I know? You don't ask. You can say, Luke, this thing was in Alabaster last year. Okay,
I remember a big time women's golf tournament down, and that was like a big deal in South Alabama.
I thought you were talking about the Brunos thing again.
No, I'm talking about the women's tournament.
You got me, man. You got me. Look, I'm getting your name off the list. You're off the marquee, man. I'm just telling you.
I'm trying to bring something to the conversation that I know nothing about.
Just sit there.
Okay. And look good.
Okay. That's all you got to do.
All right.
You want to go ahead and take a break? Should we do that? Or should we stay here? I don't know. You tell me. You're the host.
We'd go for about a couple more minutes. We can finish out. We'll talk a little bit about Auburn basketball, which is tomorrow. They take on Missouri. It's going
to be a tough game, but I'm going to tell you right, how do you pick against Auburn right now? The only way I think you can, and Look, I think you were on the text chain last week. I was in Domino's getting a pizza before the Alabama-Auburn game, and I found out that Colin Sexton didn't play, and I was like, okay, this is going to get ugly.
Yeah.
But the thing Auburn has trouble with is length.
Oh, yeah.
And Missouri's got a lot of it. And Auburn's got some other teams that are going to have some of that. Kentucky's got a lot of it. Texas A&M's got a lot of it. So it's going to be a problem. Georgia gave them problems at first until Auburn went on one of those runs that only Auburn can do, 31-4 run.
And Georgia helped with that. I'd like to say it was all Auburn's defense, but it wasn't. Georgia just went, I don't know, for whatever reason, went absolutely cold. And I think part of it had to do with the environment. It was a tremendous environment. I was there. It was pretty good. Now we'll go against the break. Now we'll go up against the break.
69-all for Georgia-Arkansas going to double OT.
Double OT, wow. Okay, we'll be back and we'll keep you up to date on that score. Love to hear from you, 256-234-6221. More to come right after this.
If you've been putting off that new heating and air unit in your home because of the upfront expenses, Williams Plumbing of Alexander City now has primary financing from Synchrony and can now install brand new heating and cooling systems with zero down, longer terms, and a competitive rate. Call Williams Plumbing at 256-329-8488 and get a free quote and terms and upgrade up to $35,000 in work with approved credit. Williams Plumbing stands behind their work with on-time affordable service for all your heating and air needs, as well as plumbing for zero down financing and great service. Williams Plumbing.
With the boat season winding down and the weather getting cooler, it's time to let Alex City Marine on Cherokee Road and winterize your boat and get ready for the off-season. The good guys can make all your off-season repairs, winterization, and upgrades easy and on budget. Remember, now's the best time for used boat prices and selection, and you can even pre-order next year's Landau pontoons and quality Suzuki outboards to get the perfect fit for next spring. Service, sales, and value all this off-season at the place the locals know, Alex City Marine. And don't forget to order your 2018 Manitou pontoons now.
Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gills. Selection and price, got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you, gotta get to Gills. Selection and price, gotta get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills.
Bills Electric is your local expert for LED lighting retrofits for commercial and industrial applications. Bills Electric can survey your facility and develop lighting retrofit solutions utilizing the latest in LED technology and controls. In many cases, energy savings alone can generate a payback of 2 years or less. Additionally, LED lighting has an expected lifespan of up to 100,000 hours. Call the Lamborns today at 256-234-4555.
New year, new you.
It's the Start Something New sales event going on now at Bice Motors in Alex City.
It's cold outside, but the deals are hot inside.
Save up to $13,000 on remaining 2017 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Laramie 4x4.
If you ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
2018 Jeep Cherokee Latitude Package, only $19,700.
On the web at BiceChryslerDodge.com.
At A&M Plumbing, you can count on us for dependable, quality service. Our staff is professional, neat, clean, and courteous. We're a fully licensed and insured plumbing company. Call on A&M Plumbing for any plumbing, sewer, or septic problems. We provide a comprehensive line of plumbing repair and installation services to keep your home's plumbing systems in top order. When you need plumbing service, call on the professionals at A&M Plumbing. Service at its best, when you need it most.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Dark Insurance, offering insurance for all your personal needs, including auto, boat, homeowners, and disability. Don't be in the dark. Call Dark Insurance at 256-234-5026.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you until 9 o'clock this evening. It comes to my mind that we've been off for 2 weeks. One for, because of New Year's, one for snow. But I hadn't had a chance to talk to you about the championship game. How was the trip to Sugar Bowl?
It was unbelievable. I don't even know how to describe it. It was
not Sugar Bowl. Well,
I went to the Sugar Bowl and I went to the championship, but the championship game, and I wrote about this, and I don't even know if I put it in the right words, that the way that game ended was so sudden and so not crazy, because it wasn't like this unbelievable finish in terms of a kick six or a 68-yard field goal or anything like that, or a Hail Mary. It was, a pretty run-of-the-mill 41-yard pass, but it was to go from true freshman to true freshman like that after Georgia just got a 16-yard sack, and they were going bananas, man. I mean, it was crazy in there. The TV doesn't do it justice how wild all the Georgia fans were. They were right there. They had it. And then it's gone. And soon as he caught the ball, he crossed the goal line, the confetti goes off. And my first thought was, what if there was a flag? Or what if there was a review and he dropped the ball before, like we've seen people do before he crossed the goal line? Well, he didn't, and there wasn't. But there would have been a big mess out there. I can tell you that.
Right. We got a phone call. Let's
go ahead and take it. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey guys, this is Brett.
Hey Brett, what's up?
Hey, not much. I think this is probably a first, Luke, where I call in and give an update on an Alabama player.
Yeah, probably.
You call in and giving an update on an Auburn player, but Kevin Kill, is a good friend of ours, and Dable, announcer of football. He's close to, obviously, Anthony Jennings, who played football at Dable High School. And he called me and just wanted to give an update on Anthony, because he knew that we followed him closely with Sportz Blitz and all the local players for that matter. And all of you know pretty much that he had a couple surgeries, but he is up and walking a little bit now on his leg. And it was a little, after hearing Kevin talk about it, it could have been, it's hard to say this, but that injury could have been life-threatening. And not only could have been, at the least, he could have possibly lost his leg, because what he did do was tear an artery. And when you hyperextend a knee as severely as he did in that game, you have to watch for that kind of stuff. I know a guy that actually did the same thing, wakeboarding on Lake Martin, and came down wrong, and he actually did more than hyperextend his knee. He tore all the ligaments in his knee and ended up tearing an artery. And when you do that, you got to get to the hospital immediately. Well, he didn't make a major tear. Anthony didn't, but it was a slight tear, and they had to go in and surgically repair that first before they could go in and repair the other stuff. But the actual ligaments in his knee were not damaged. They were strained, but it was such a violent hyperextension, he tore the calf muscles away from the bone.
Wow.
So you've seen these type injuries, and I told Kevin, hyperextensions are one of the worst injuries to see, and in the way the knee folds, obviously, in the wrong direction. But it's good that he is making a good recovery and will make a full recovery, and just tells you, man, that that next play could be your last, and you take everything for what it's worth, and you never know at any point in time. It could be just a little injury, or it could be something life-threatening. But that's the way life is. You just take it and cherish every moment you have.
What's the prognosis for his recovery, Brett, and his playing next year?
Hey, Kevin said the doctor said a full recovery, and he should be good to go next year if everything stays on track. So again, good news for him and his family because he did play extremely well in that Sugar Bowl. Obviously, I think he had just as much to do with Alabama winning that game as anybody that night. So a phenomenal guy, phenomenal player. We've had him on our show before, and we all, whether we're Alabama or Auburn fans, we pull for our local kids.
Yeah, and you could make the argument he was the best player on the field there that particular night. He was just in the backfield wreaking havoc. And so here's hoping he does make a full recovery. But Brett, this leads us into something else that you brought up on Facebook Live. It came out in the Senior Bowl. I want to say by Trey Matthews that Carlton Davis wasn't sick, he wasn't hurt. He just decided he didn't want to play in the Peach Bowl against Central Florida. And I get why that makes some Auburn fans maybe a little irked with him. By the same token, I get why he wouldn't play in it. I just wish that coaches and players wouldn't play these games about, hey, I was sick, or hey, he's hurt, or whatever. And if he had just come out and said, hey, I don't want to risk my financial future for the Peach Bowl, I think I certainly would have accepted that. I'd be fine. It's not for the national championship. I would have been cool with it. Other people probably wouldn't, but it's his money and his career on the line. But I don't like the fact that somebody has to tell us he's either sick or he's hurt or he was sent home or whatever reason. Just tell us the truth, man.
I have no problem with somebody deciding that they want to sit out a game, especially a bowl game that in the scheme of things really doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the season or your future. But the whole situation was handled poorly. I'm with you. Why not just come out and tell the truth? I never bought for 1 second. Andy can tell you that he was sick. It was another game being played. I don't understand why coaches and players have to do things the way they do it. Just be honest about it. If fans get mad about it, so what? I think everybody understands it and they accept it a lot better when you're just truthful. And that's why we always feel like when a story comes out like this, there's more to it, whether there is or not. We always speculate. And here again, we're proven right that he wasn't sick, that we all knew that he voluntarily chose to sit that one out. And, Trey Matthews told the truth, and so did Trey Williams down there. And I feel like that's what needed to happen, that they told him on the phone, and they told him in person that, hey, we wish you wouldn't do this. You're letting us down and all this kind of stuff. It's not that they were mad that he decided not to play. It's just the way he handled the whole deal. And I think you got to think about that sometimes. Is that your last hurrah? Is this how I really want to go out at my university? And did I handle that situation correctly? I mean, there's no question he's a first-round draft pick, but he should have just gone ahead before the bowl practice even started and said, hey, look, I've appreciated what Auburn's done for me, but I'm just not going to make the trip, and I'm going to concentrate on the draft.
Brett, thanks so much for being with us. We need to go ahead and get to a break, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Don't go anywhere. More to come. We got a phone call. If you'll hang on, you'll be the first up when we come back. More to come right after this.
Why buy your next car from Lynch Nissan of Auburn?
U.S. AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. AmeriBank difference. U.S. AmeriBank. Banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-5200.
4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
At Chicken Salad Chick, we understand the holidays can get hectic. That's why we've got your holiday party needs wrapped up with a pretty bow on top. From takeout to full service, we cater to any crowd this holiday season. Grab your favorite quick chicks or side items to go, or please your guests with a chicken salad sandwich platter, pimento cheese jingle ball, or pumpkin cheesecake. We believe you should focus on making the memories while you let Chicken Salad Chick make the food. Now go enjoy it. Chicken Salad Chick, born in Alabama and serving the best chicken salad around.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship. Just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your expressway to savings.
What's different about Hyundai of Auburn? Beautiful cars built here from parts made here. That's jobs and tax money.
And right now, Max, record low finance plans. 0% interest and $42.50 cash to spend with no budget busting repairs for a full 10 years. Drive a new Hyundai today. Check it out, HyundaiofAuburn.com.
And my Max Markdown deals. Tell them Max sent you. I might get a bonus.
Max, you're not real.
What?
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Satterfield on Highway 280 in Alex City. Satterfield is the Lake Martin area's Big Green Egg and Accessories headquarters.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you until 9 o'clock. We're going to go back to the phone line and welcome in a very special guest, Miss Randley Clayton. Randley, how you doing tonight?
Doing good.
We really appreciate you joining us this evening.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Well, Randley, let's jump right into it. You just came back from Colorado Springs where you were trying out for a pretty special event. And look, tell us all about it. Just give us an update.
Yeah, I went to Colorado Springs. Last Sunday I was there for a tryout for 3 days. Lots of work was put in. But unfortunately, out of 24 girls, they only took 17, so I didn't make the cut this time, which it was for the national team, which will be going to Germany in August. But there's still 2 years or so, well, many more years to try out. Hopefully, get accepted to come back and try out for the team.
I'm curious, is this something you can try out for past college? How old? What is the age limit here, or what is the minimum, maximum?
I believe so. You can just try out whatever. Well, you have to be invited to the tryout. It's only it's like a selected committee, and they go through all the applicants. You do an application, and you submit that, and then the committee will sit down and handpick each athlete they choose to go.
And
if you get invited, then you get a tryout.
And you played at Horseshoe Bend High School, and you played all 4 years there, correct?
That's right.
And so then you've always loved basketball. You have the accident in 2014, and you began playing wheelchair basketball. Did you help get this started, or was this already something that was going on at Auburn?
It was something already going on. After I got hurt, a close group of friends, one of their dad worked at Auburn, and he happened to go by one day and saw them practicing one morning, the recreational team, and he passed the information along and got to me, and we all went up and just pretty much watched the practice. And it was a few weeks later or so, I just pretty much walked on, so to speak, to the team, and just been there ever since.
So what was the competition like in Colorado when you got there? Were you amazed at how good some of the folks were?
Yes, it was a great experience because Well, at Auburn, I'm the only female on the team, so I'm used to playing with men. And then going and playing with women was a whole another ball game. But it was great just to see the difference, and the competition was unbelievable, honestly.
So you're the only woman on the team here in Auburn. How does that feel?
It's interesting sometimes, but they definitely usually try to think that I'm the weakest link and leave me open and whatnot. But we always work hard together, and they kind of figure that they have to get on me.
How much or what kind of tournaments does the United States team play that you can be involved with besides the Olympics?
So they play every year. It's like a qualifying round, so because you have to qualify for the Olympics, or so this is how I understand it. So each year, it's like the next step. So like you have to like keep qualifying to go to the Olympics.
So Ranley, you said you will try out again next year. Will it be in Colorado Springs again?
I'm sure it will. It'll all just depend. I mean, of course, I'll put in an application, but if I get invited, then yeah, I'm assuming that that's where we'd go again.
Okay, so you had to submit an application to them, and then they choose. How many applicants do you think they get?
Well, with this one, they invited 28, but 24 came. But it's usually 30 or less that they only invite.
But I'm sure, like, the number of applications has to be in the hundreds, correct?
I would say it's on up there, but I can't really say that, like, knowing that. But I would assume that it would be a high quantity.
And you guys have a big tournament coming up this weekend. It's going to be at Beard Eves. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be Missouri and Alabama. Its admission is totally free, correct?
That's right. We'll play at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Friday. And we just encourage everyone to come out. Albie will be out for the 7 p.m. game against Alabama. So for the kids and whatnot that come. And then we'll play again Saturday at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
And we will put all this information on our Facebook page for Sportz Blitz for anybody interested. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I know that there's going to be a lot of talent out there. And Ranley, thank you so much for being with us. We're all pulling for you, okay?
Awesome. Thank y'all so much.
And next year, you're going to make it, and we're going to have you on to talk about it, okay?
That's right. Hopefully that's the plan. Fingers crossed.
All right. Thank you, Ranley.
Thank y'all.
Man, that's really cool.
Absolutely.
Love to see local people like that doing well.
Absolutely. And only girl on the male team.
That's got to be kind of scary. I don't care what's happening. I mean, that's got to be a little intimidating at first. And like she said, people leave her open. I've learned enough, playing with female players. If they come out and play with the guys, they can shoot.
Oh yeah.
I bet you Ranley's a pretty good shooter.
No doubt about it.
Her mother was sitting. How this kind of got started, she was sending me some information about all this, and she was talking about sort of like a daily thing. And she said when Ranley first got out there, it may have been a little intimidating because you go there and you see. I mean, these are 24 of the best players in the country, and but I think once you go there, it's like we were talking about. Your young team, you get a little season next year. I think you're gonna have a great chance to make it.
I know that experience will make an enormous difference. Just getting in there and just seeing what it's all about and seeing what the competition is. That has, getting over that first hump. After that, I think it's probably, a lot, much like you say, much easier.
Such a really, really cool story. So I want to thank Christy Lee for sending me all the information on it because I didn't know anything about it. I mean, this is something we should be following.
Absolutely. And Auburn, I think, has had a team for a couple of few years now.
Well, I looked at their schedule, and it's very there are a lot of gaps in it. Like they'll play a tournament, and then they go about 4 weeks and play two teams back to back, and then they're like 3 weeks with no games, and so I'm probably the logistics of it all can be because not every team in the SEC, not every school is going to have a team apparently.
Right.
But Missouri and Alabama do. So I just think it's awesome. I'm really impressed by her and the whole situation.
And speaking from experience and getting that many people, transportation there, and and those kind of things, logistics can
Well,
be.
like she said, I mean, it's tough logistically. Just 28 people were invited, and 4 of them can't make it.
Right.
They wanted to be there. They just sometimes it just can't happen. So, anyway,
Up against another break here. Yeah, definitely. We'll keep you up apprised of that. Up against another break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of Sportz Blitz Live, hour number 2, right after this.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At U.S. AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. AmeriBank difference. U.S. AmeriBank. Banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Centricon termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
A1 Four Seasons, a division of Jackson Refrigeration, is Central Alabama's Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer. With the summer months approaching, the temperatures are rising, and so will your power bill if you don't have one of the latest 410A heat pumps. With R22 Freon prices on the rise, now is the time to make the switch to a new, more efficient unit that will save you hundreds of dollars on your yearly power bill. Call A1 Four Seasons at 256-234-4457. What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold, and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh.
You can count on the caring team at Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation. Our services include physical, speech, and occupational therapy. Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation, 256-329-9061.
This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Alex City Marine, the Lake Martin area's premier new and used boat and motor dealership. Find out more at alexcitymarine.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live. Hour number 2 of the show this evening. Want to thank Justin Coppins and Ranley Clayton for joining us. John Coppins. Did I say Justin?
You did. You got it.
Close enough. John Coppins. What's his title?
He is the championship manager of the U.S. Women's Open.
U.S. Women's Open coming to Birmingham. Keep an eye on that this summer, or leading from spring into summer.
I'm telling you, it's going to be fun, man.
I'm in. And Randy Clayton trying out for the United States National Wheelchair Basketball team.
It really, that's just really a cool story. But
and next year is the year.
She's gonna make it next year.
We believe in her.
And Brett and Randy are gonna all expenses paid trip for me to go out and cover the whole thing.
Yeah. Keep your fingers crossed on that one as well.
It took 5 years to get our name in the intro. Why don't you do? I like it when you do some of these games. Why don't you
do some what?
You got some really good games over here. The true or false, or big deal, little deal, no deal. I like that.
Oh, that was this afternoon.
Oh, we can't do it now?
Sure we can, but I just don't have it before me.
You need it?
Sure. All right, let's do it. True or false? The SEC is a better conference overall now than it has been in the last several years, even though Kentucky is struggling.
I think that's a definite true. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, look at the records, and I think I just gave you the sheet with all the records on there. The only team that has a losing record right now is Vanderbilt.
That's true.
And everybody else was at least on the cusp, I'd say, before tonight. I'd say Georgia's they're hanging on by a thread. Again, boy, do I hate the fact that Alabama caught them when they caught them. I would love to be playing them right now because they look like they're in a tailspin.
That makes Georgia 12-7.
Overall. Yeah, they're in some trouble, though. Now they just give up that big lead against Auburn. Then you drop one at home against Arkansas. And another team that may not be in great shape is LSU, even though I've seen them in some of the bracketology projections. They probably aren't in great shape either. So,
I said 500 the rest of the way gets Auburn into the tournament.
No doubt. Yeah, it won't get them the seeding they want because I think their schedule wasn't great, but I think that it will help that the SEC is better. That'll help look better. And if they go 500 the rest of the way, how many games do they have in the league left?
They probably have 12 left.
Are they 4-1?
They're 5-1, 6.
Are they 5-1?
So you play
okay,
18.
So if they go 6, if they're 7 and what would that be? Help me out with my math. That'd be 11-7 in the league.
Yeah, 11-7.
Yeah, they'd be a 5 or 6 seed, easy.
Jerry Palm has them right now projected as a 3 seed.
Right.
I mean, what would it take to get there? You'd probably need to go.
I think you'd need to beat. Auburn's got Kentucky at home. You got to beat Kentucky, I think, to be there. You don't have to beat Florida at Florida. They only play Florida once. They only play Kentucky once.
Yeah.
I don't see. They don't even have to win this Missouri game. You got to beat Alabama.
Just
probably
serve at home and then win one or two on the road.
Win at Georgia, something like that.
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine.
Bryce Brown is the MVP of Auburn so far.
That is.
I would say Deshaun Murray would make a case for it.
Not a good one.
You don't think so?
No, I think this is clearly Bryce Brown's team right now. Clearly. As evidenced by the fact that every time Auburn goes on a run, it seems like it's because of Bryce Brown. Everybody's talking about Mustafa Heron's dunk, which I think tied the game. But without Bryce Brown doing his thing before that, I don't think they're there. So, I mean, yeah, that dunk tied it, and that's what you remember. But it's Bryce Brown that gets all these things started. I mean, he's the reason.
25 in the second half. That's
pretty strong, man.
That's pretty strong.
So,
yeah, no doubt about it. I'm more concerned about Bruce Pearl's future now after President Leith's comments about it being complicated. That was so. I mean, I didn't even understand. Why even say something like that? I mean, I guess he didn't even think it's that controversial, but he said, having to deal with Auburn, it's making it more complicated.
He wishes they weren't winning.
They weren't. They're winning now.
Yeah, he kind of wishes they weren't winning. Clearly, Leith doesn't like Pearl. I mean, I think he might like him as a person. He does not want him coaching that basketball team. Clearly.
It would appear so.
And I get that he's in a pickle right now because he's looking for the greater good. But the fans are latching on to Pearl because Pearl is just embracing the whole thing as Pearl does. I mean, that's what he does. And he is a pretty doggone good coach. And he's made Auburn relevant again, which everybody's been hungry for. But Leith knows something we don't know. I believe that. Leith knows something, some bit of information that we don't know. And the other thing you said that was weird.
Could that be?
I don't know, but the other thing you said that was weird was eventually we got to sit down and talk.
Like they haven't already.
How have you not sat down and talked about this?
Yeah.
And it goes to show you the power of sports in college right now. Because if this were happening in Alabama and Nick Saban were saying, I don't feel like talking to the president right now. You know what every fan would say? Don't act. He said he doesn't want to talk. That's what Auburn fans are doing with Bruce Pearl right now. If Bruce Pearl had the same record he's been having up until this season, guess what? Y'all would all be saying, you better get over there and talk before you have somebody sniffing around and look at the football program. Because nobody wants anybody doing a thorough investigation of their football program in the SEC.
No.
I include Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
So, but Auburn's winning, so everybody's like, leave that boy alone. You know, nobody goes to Auburn on Saturday to see the president.
Can you win? You think Bruce Pearl can win his way into keeping his job?
Yes, I do. This to me is sort of a grab my popcorn moment because I don't see how this is going to end really well one way or the other. Either Leith's going to lose a power struggle or Bruce Pearl's going to be gone. I think that's how this comes out. And if Leith is either going to be maybe, I'm looking for, can I say neutered on TV? I don't guess I can.
Yes, you can.
Somewhat neutered on TV in the sense of, hey, Bruce, you went head-to-head with Pearl, and Pearl won. That's what it feels like. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a Bammer here. Help me out. Do you think I'm wrong?
No, I mean, I hope you're right. I mean, I think that...
You hope Pearl wins the head-to-head?
Yes. I mean, he's the most popular coach, and rightly so. He's good for the unit. I mean, I know everybody, there's this... I know everybody says, he's dirty or whatever. Look, I mean, I haven't seen anything he's done so far that I would be ashamed of in any way whatsoever. Now, if something comes out, if he was involved in it in a big way, he's not on tape. So, I mean, the FBI, that would have come out already.
So, if he's not involved in it in a big way, so if he's involved in it in a small way.
Well, look, if you ain't trying, you ain't cheating a little bit.
Yeah, I love how y'all's tune is changed. Y'all, every time Alabama's a player passes by a Dodge Charger, there's 72 tweets about it. But now it's like, hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Okay, I'm with you.
Now this is basketball. Football's a different story.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
that's where.
That's right.
That's where you squeak.
We got to cheat in basketball.
I got you.
We ain't got to cheat in football.
I got you.
All right, we're up against another break here. We'll continue these discussions. Love to hear from you. More to come on this edition of Sportz Blitz Live right after this.
Now is the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17 season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Tune with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
Whether it's a dream house or corporate real estate, Concrete has the skill, expertise, and talent to exceed your expectations. Trust Concrete to build a foundation for your future. Our work ethic and dedication are always in keeping the competition on their toes. We specialize in residential and commercial development in the Coosa, Talladega, and Shelby County areas. Call us today for your next project, 256-245-4211, or check us out on the web at con-crete.com.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
Hi, this is Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage in Auburn, Alabama.
There are 1,000 different questions people ask me every day about mortgage loans. They ask about buying investment homes, primary homes, and even second homes at the lake or the beach. I only have a limited time to say, call me and let's talk about what you want and how I can help you get it. Again, win with Quinn and call me today at 256-675-6259 so I can help structure a mortgage that best fits you and your family's needs.
New year, new you.
It's the Start Something New sales event going on now at Bice Motors in Alex City.
It's cold outside,
but the deals are hot inside.
Save up to $13,000 on remaining 2017 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Laramie 4x4.
If you ain't happy,
ain't nobody happy.
2018 Jeep Cherokee Latitude Package, only $19,700.
On the web at BiceChryslerDodge.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live. Big deal, little deal, no deal time for Luke Robinson here.
I'm with you.
A record number of underclassmen, 106, have declared for the NFL draft. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
I mean, I'm going to say it's really no deal. I mean, we can kind of expect this now. A few years ago, I would have said it's a big deal, it's crazy, everything's, dogs and cats are living together, but I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's some of them aren't going to make it, but it just tells you how badly they wanted out of school and wanted, their heart wasn't in it for school anymore. And if that's what you want to do, and if you're eligible for it, go for it.
And you got the outlier, you got Bryce Love coming back from Stanford.
Yeah, which is, I kind of like it. I dig it. I want more people to come back to school. I kind of like the fact that Clemson's got their whole defensive line coming back. I like it in the sense that it's good for college football. It's bad for everybody else. I would easily put Clemson in my top 4 or playoff projections for next year just because of that. But, and Bryce Love coming back, that's just going to make it fun. It's so you talk about something the Pac-12 needed. You were losing the quarterback from UCLA, using the quarterback from USC. You were missing some star power. Maybe the Washington, their quarterback and running back Miles Garrett. What's his name? Miles Garrett.
For who?
For Washington.
Oh, I don't know.
That running back's coming back. That quarterback's coming back, and then Bryce Love coming back. It all of a sudden makes the Pac-12 watchable again. If all 3 of those guys had left, along with UCLA's QB and USC's QB, that'd have been a big hit for the Pac-12, which has already suffered a lot.
Kentucky out of the top 25 for the first time since 2014. We already kind of discussed that. But
I don't think it's a big deal.
No big deal. Shane Beamer leaving Georgia for Oklahoma.
I don't think it's a big deal, but it was a big deal to Luke Ford, who was #1 tight end in the country. He tweeted, he couldn't believe that. He was a little upset about it because he felt a little lied to. But that's the problem with this early signing period. Well, he thought that he was going to be coming. He thought that he was going to play for Shane Beamer.
Yeah.
Shane Beamer's leaving, and I think he felt a little betrayed by that. But that's the early signing period everybody was dying for. That's the problem. You sign early, and then coaches bail on you, and you're stuck with the school. That's one reason I don't like it. Either do it, if you're going to have an early signing period, make it early. Make it in August. Not in December.
Yeah. Bethany College, which is an NAIA in Kansas, offers a female a scholarship to play free safety.
We just talked to Ranley Clayton, who's the only female on the all-male wheelchair men's basketball league. I mean, if there is a female out there tough enough to do it, hey, she can stand up and say, I want to play. I mean, how do you stop her?
Well, it's a one thing to offer, a kicker. For free safety, I think it's a pretty big deal.
I think
to get a scholarship.
Oh, I definitely think it's a big deal. I was saying no big deal in terms of, it depends on, I think it's a big deal for women moving forward. I don't think it's a big deal in the sense that we shouldn't be all that surprised. Yeah. This was coming this way. This was headed this way.
I mean, it's never going to be like a big, they're never going to fill out half a roster or anything.
No.
But I mean,
it does bring up, an interesting dilemma about locker room how does all that work?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, is she going to?
I would imagine there'll be separate showers.
There need to be. But I'm saying, and then how does that affect team chemistry? If one person gets their own shower, female, non-female, whatever, the other teammates, and if they're more crowded, I mean, I bet you, what's the name of that college? Bethany College? I mean, they probably don't have an Alabama or Auburn locker room, right?
I'm assuming no.
Okay. So, yeah, it could cause a little bit of grief.
I don't know. Who knows? Bethany College, it may be nice. Maybe a high dollar.
Could be. Whatever. I'll take
Nobody
your word
knows.
for it.
JT Barrett struggles in the East-West Shrine game on Saturday. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
I'd say it's a big deal for JT Barrett. It's not surprising to anybody. I mean, he kind of is. He's kind of Jalen Hurts-ish, right? He's a winner. He can get it done on occasion.
He's a better thrower.
He was a better
thrower. But not a lot better.
But I don't think he's as good a runner. He's mobile.
Yeah.
He's probably at least as elusive, but he wasn't as good of a runner, I don't think, overall. He couldn't put his shoulder down.
Can he make an NFL roster?
I mean, he's going to make it at some other position other than quarterback.
Think so? But
just like Terrell Pryor has, that played at Ohio State. So.
Yeah. Rafael Nadal retires from the Australian Open.
I mean,
you're a tennis guy.
I enjoy playing tennis. I'm not good at it, but I play it. And yeah, I think it's a big deal for tennis.
I
think it's a big deal for tennis because
Djokovic got beat again.
Name some people that you're dying to see when they play tennis.
I mean, there was this. We all thought, hey, you got all these guys, Nadal and Djokovic and Federer, and there was thought that this is going to be kind of a golden age, but it's kind of all of a sudden now it's just Federer by himself again. He's going to be 40 years old winning. He's going to win set a record. We thought with Pete Sampras winning 13 majors, hey, wow, holy cow! He's going to win like 30.
Yeah, you need somebody in there. You need a good rivalry. Tennis is so much better with a good rivalry. Navratilova versus Chris Everett, that kind of thing is apparently the military is going by. But it's bad for tennis. And it's such an exposed sport. It's not a team game, obviously, and it's one person out there with a focus on them. It's not like a football team where if you lose your quarterback, even if he's a star. If you have a great defensive end, you can pin your hopes on him or something. You can focus your attention on some other part of the team. Tennis, you either got a good rivalry out there or you got a bunch of bunk.
You got a bunch of bunk. Mm-hmm. Well, that's about right. Les Miles coaching in the NCAA again. True or false? He gets another head coaching job.
I'm going to say true, and I'm going to say he makes a comeback to LSU. How about that?
Oh, come on.
Let me tell you what. If LSU fans aren't this year, see, here's the problem, and this is what I worry about with Alabama eventually. Alabama's recruited so well, so all these juniors leave, and all these, maybe even occasionally a redshirt sophomore leave, whatever. But as long as Alabama keeps replenishing, it's not a big deal. Well, LSU has had the same cycle. But now they're not replenishing quite as well. Their recruiting's fallen off a little bit. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not what it was. And so as those people the great players cycle out, you're replacing them with pretty good players, but not elite players. So how are you going to beat an Alabama team you hadn't beaten 7 tries already? How are you going to even an Auburn team, you beat them this year, but it took everything you had, and you had to catch every break. And you're playing at Auburn next year. You think Ed Orgeron's going to come into Jordan-Hare and win next year? I don't. How are you going to beat I know you've beat Texas A&M ever since they've been in the league, but now they've got a coach. That's won a national championship.
But every other team has passed on him. You think LSU's going to go back with him?
I'm just saying.
If anybody would.
I think that would be, if anybody would, it'd be them. It'd be kind of like, remarrying a woman you divorced. I could see it happening. I've heard stories like that. Why not? I want Les Miles in the SEC. He's a colorful character. And I don't see where else he could go.
Up against another break here. Don't go anywhere. More Sports Blitz Live right after this.
The door is open, the beer's cold, and the biscuits are hot at Foshee Sportz on Dable Road in Alexander City. Fishing season is in year-round and live bait is available. Non-ethanol gas is available along with propane and pellet ice. So come on by and see what we're all about, where the kitchen is open Monday through Friday early at Foshee Sportz on Dable Road in Alexander City. And tell them old Katie sent you right here from the front porch, WAXC TV.
Hi.
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Did your team just win the big game? Are you looking for a unique way to honor a valuable employee? Lila's Engraving has you covered, offering a large selection of custom trophies and plaques. Lila's also offers cast aluminum car tags, custom engraved wine glasses, clocks, and wood cutting boards. They even offer custom framing for any art or picture as well. Lila's combines the best quality items with the fastest service around. With over 27 years of experience in the Alexander City and Lake Martin areas, Lila's Engraving is your only choice for custom awards and engraved gifts. Always remember, winners choose Lila's.
LMG Advertising Agency offers a comprehensive marketing solution tailored to each of our clients' needs. We are a full-service marketing firm offering website design and development, video production, social media marketing, search engine optimization, and overall branding that includes logo design, brochures, mailouts, and more. Our experienced team of marketing professionals would love to come up with a marketing strategy that will deliver results for you and your business. Learn more at lmgadagency.com or call today to start at 256-825-0197.
Whether it's a walk-off home run, a game-winning touchdown, or a buzzer beater, make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup. Located in downtown Sylacauga and a short drive from Highway 280, Jay's has the food you're looking for. Whether it's wings, fingers, burgers, or salads, they have it all. Come bring your family for a great meal, come hang out with your friends for the big game, or call them at 256-207-0700 to place your order. Make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Century-Con termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Century-Con termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Peaches and Clean, caring for your floors and a whole lot more in East Central Alabama.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you for about 30 more minutes. Time for the Sports Blitz Players of the Week. And I'll let Luke start.
Let's start with the LMG Lee Marketing Group River Region Player of the Week, and that's Jake Andrews from Stanhope Elmore. The senior offensive lineman was named First Team 6A All-State by the ASWA. But that, of course, is the Alabama Sports Writers Association.
The Sports Blitz Talladega County Player of the Week, presented by Concrete, is Fred Dickerson from Talladega. The playmaking senior wide receiver was selected as First Team 5A All-State by the ASWA.
And let's move over to the Sign Source Lake Martin Player of the Week, and this Risha Whetstone from Central Coosa scored 24 points, had 5 rebounds and 3 steals to help the Lady Cougars knock off Dadeville.
Lee Apparel presents the East Alabama Player of the Week. That is Falia Greer from Lafayette. The freshman scored 29 points, 25 rebounds, 10 steals, and 7 assists to lead the Lady Bulldogs to an area win. She is currently third in the nation in rebounds. That is quite a game, 29-25.
Amazing. Then the Sportz Blitz, Russell Building Supply, Russell Do-It Center AHSA Radio Network Player of the Week is Leallen Daly from Pinson Valley, the standout wide receiver committed to play at the University of Kentucky. And Daly helped Pinson Valley win the 6A championship by catching 80 passes for 1,441 yards and 23 touchdowns. Of course, his quarterback was Bo Nix, who's committed to Auburn.
Lee County Player of the Week presented by Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage Services. Jacob Cummings from Auburn, the senior linebacker, was selected as first-team 7A All-State by the ASWA. ASWA. I'm so used to saying WA.
ASAWA.
Too many A's.
I got you. Lyman Ward Military Academy AISA Player of the Week is Grant Tyson from Hooper Academy. The standout sophomore linebacker was honored as a first-team AISA selection by the ASWA.
There you go.
And I heard he just signed up with AAA.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma beats Kansas tonight.
Oklahoma beats
Kansas, and they will be rolling into Coleman Coliseum on a high from that. Trey Young, who's probably going to be Player of the Year in the country, had 9 assists and 26 points. He's just a phenom. I mean, there's no other way to say it. He's just an incredible talent, and he's one of those guys that kind of slipped through the cracks.
You can tell that he's like he thinks he's Steph Curry.
He's got no conscience. I mean, he will just throw it up.
Yeah, from anywhere. I mean, used to, the Al Dillard days, for those of you that remember. Al Dillard. You're shooting from the hog snout. It's like that's the norm now. Guys will Jared Harper will throw it up from anywhere.
Who was the guy Auburn had ended up getting booted from the team, transferred from Kansas State, I think it was?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? He would do that. Al Dillard, I'm glad you brought him up. He leaves Arkansas, and I think he plays professionally somewhere, but he starts playing a lot of rec leagues in Birmingham that I was playing in. I was on his team a couple of times.
He was
fun. He was fun. I mean, like, you got him going. You think you got it going in like a college gym when you play a rec league when the defense isn't quite as good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was like he was at Southern Union.
Huh?
Like when he was at Southern Union.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that
man, he would just embarrass people. Oh, he was so good.
Well, I mean,
nice guy, too. Really? Nice. Yeah, very nice guy.
So, I mean, could he throw it up from anywhere?
Oh, I mean, like, you cross half court, you better get on him. You better start checking him. Back in the day. I mean, now this is, I don't know. Al Dillard, I'm not sure exactly how much older or how much younger is he than I. I'm 45 now. I don't know what his age would be. I don't remember exactly his playing days.
He played, he was on that national championship team in '94.
'94, so he's probably about my age then.
Let's go to the phone line.
Are we? Okay. Caller, you on the air. Go ahead. Caller, you with us? Well, that was a disappointment. If we didn't pick up in time, call us back. Mark Knight threw out one. He said, "Do you remember World Be Free?" And let me say this about that. World Be Free, I certainly do remember. He played for the Cleveland Cavaliers when I was young. And I actually had a poster of World Be Free in my room. I had the coolest room, by the way, for a kid who couldn't possibly use its talents, the room's talents. This is no kidding. Like, my room downstairs was sort of like the man cave where there was a man cave, like from my dad, right? And I turned it into my room. Mm-hmm. And so it had there's a big fireplace that started down there, and then there's another fireplace kind of above it in the den or whatever. So I had a fireplace in there. There was like one of those really old saunas that was in the room, right? And my dad, for some reason, had like one of the old-timey jackpot machines. It was in the room. And then for Christmas one year,
you had a sauna in your room.
Yeah, I know. It's getting kind of creepy too. And then I got a pinball machine, like this funky pinball machine, like kind of a regular sized pinball machine, but not an expensive one. I mean, like, kind of one that they probably sold at a garage sale or something, but it was a pinball machine. And then, of course, when I was like in 9th grade, I said I really wanted a waterbed. It's probably one of the worst investments ever made known to man, and I don't think we ever changed the water in the 20 years that I had it. But or the 20 years it was down there. But so I had a waterbed, a fireplace, a sauna, a pinball machine, and a jackpot machine downstairs.
Wow.
But
place.
It was a happening place, but I was so nerdy that there was no chance that any of that was going to do me any good.
I had a waterbed too, and it took up about 3/4 of my room.
Oh, and I'll never forget, so I was in school in Birmingham, right? I was at Indian Springs, and I'd play a basketball game on Friday night, just like all the other prep teams, and we'd play, Ranburn or somebody, and then we'd take the bus back to Indian Springs, and I'd get in my car and drive home sometimes. I'd get home at like 2 in the morning because I lived on campus, but I wanted to be at home for the weekend. And my dad and my brother used to get such a kick out of, because my room was it's kind of like below ground, so it was really dark down there. And they'd come down and they'd say, "Luke, get up. It's 10:30 in the morning. We're going. Everybody's getting ready to go to lunch or whatever." And I'd jump out of bed and get in the shower and do everything, and it'd be about 5:30 in the morning. So they used to love to do that. So
Let's go quickly take another phone call.
You didn't like that story?
I did. Loved it.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, I got 2 questions I want to ask you.
Okay.
What about Jalen's haircut from Bama?
Yeah, okay. I'll talk about that. What's the other question?
And the other question is, do you think he's going to start next year at Alabama? Other quarterback going to start?
I think it's going to be Tua Tagovailoa's team. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I love Jalen Hurts. I think there will be a genuine competition in the spring, but I think that in the end, it's going to be hard to supplant the guy who brought your team back from a 13-0 deficit against a very good Georgia team in that dramatic of a fashion. I don't see how that's going to happen any other way.
All right.
Do you disagree?
I want to ask you. I was just amazed about his haircut when he had that haircut. They showed it on TV.
We'll talk about it. I appreciate your calling. Okay, buddy.
Yes, sir.
The haircut, you saw that he actually chopped the locks.
I did. Up against the break here, we'll talk about Jalen's haircut when we come back. More to come on Sportz Blitz Live right after this.
Is our #1 concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's Train dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our #1 concern. Call 234-5052, and we're there for you.
Hi, this is Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage in Auburn, Alabama. There are 1,000 different questions people ask me every day about mortgage loans. They ask about buying investment homes, primary homes, and even second homes at the lake or the beach. I only have a limited time to say, call me and let's talk about what you want and how I can help you get it. Again, win with Quinn and call me today at 256-675-6259 so I can help structure a mortgage that best fits you and your family's needs.
Game day. Last season you were watching football at the mercy of that loathed cable company and your weird roommate with the ornery chinchilla. But today you're going to watch wherever the Wild you want. You go here, Wild Wing Cafe. They've got all the games on more screens than you can count. And cute roommates. This is just the Wild you need. So go wild, superfan. We can't help you choking QB, but we do have cold beer.
Got
Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gills. Selection and price, got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you. Gotta get to Gills. Selection and price. Gotta get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills.
East Central Alabama asked for it, and Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoors has answered with the region's full-service Mahindra tractor and UTV dealer on Highway 280 in Alex City, next to Tallapoosa Ford. Full lines of Mahindra tractors, E-Max, Max 1500 series to 5500 series. We have the world's #1 tractor line. Get the job done as well with full lines of the world's toughest UTVs and accessories. Visit the all-new Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor in Alex City. True grit never taps out with Mahindra tractors, UTVs, and accessories.
What do you see when you think about your future?
Do you see determination that keeps you going, that helps you make a difference in your world?
Do you see challenges that make you stronger?
Southern Union State Community College realizes that your opportunities for greatness are unlimited. Your journey has just begun.
This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Hyundai of Auburn. You owe it to yourself. Call Hyundai of Auburn today at 334-321-0777 and visit them online at HyundaiofAuburn.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you for about 20 more minutes in tonight's show. Get your phone calls in, 256-234-6221. Had a question about Jalen's hair as he chopped off his trademark dreadlocks.
Yeah, and, you know, he told the team that if they won the national championship, he'd do it. And man of his word. I mean, look, you cannot like his hair. I had no problem with his hair. I thought it was actually kind of cool.
When he put it up on top of his head, he looked
a little funky looking.
He looked.
But Andy, I mean, we're older stogies. I mean, seriously. I mean, kids kind of do that now. And I think that it's, you know, I've come to grips with, you know, a lot of people have long hair now. A lot of people do tattoos. A lot of people do all, and I mean, I'm not going to get a tattoo because, I mean, I'm not going to get one. It's not going to make me any cooler. Not going to make me any less cool, but it's not going to make me any cooler. And I'm not going to grow my hair out because I can't. But I wouldn't anyway. So, but Jalen Hurts can, and he does, and, you know, he was fine. And look, if you're successful, which Jalen Hurts had been except for
most of his teammates were giving him guff about it.
Yeah, but I think that, you know, it wasn't the worst hair I've seen at Alabama. It wasn't the worst hair I've seen in college football. It wasn't the worst hair I've seen at Alabama.
No.
So, I mean, let me tell you what, there's some Bama bangs that I've seen, like your Brody Croyles, et cetera, have that probably were a little worse than Jalen's hair. But I thought it was cool that he did it. He said he'd do it, and he'd do it. And whether you like the hair or not, to put that much effort into growing all of that hair and then say, you know, if this happens, I'm going to cut it, that's a big deal. Because it's not like, you know, that just grows right back.
Oh, yeah, I know. So how about 8 things to watch for in spring practice? Never too early to talk about it. 8 things.
Okay.
This is from Saturday Down South.
Seems kind of obscure, but
it does. Okay. Well, I didn't write it. I'm just replaying.
Oh, okay.
All right. Number 1, LSU's offensive identity.
That's going to be
fired Matt Canada,
who got hired by Maryland today.
Who is going to Maryland. You bring in, or you just promote Steve Ensminger. Ensminger did a great job when he was an interim. LSU had some pretty productive
How old is
games. He's got to be 60, I would think. I don't know.
I mean, it's just so relatable to today's players.
Well,
you know, usually when you go with offensive coordinator, you try and go with a youth movement or defensive coordinator.
In 2016, they averaged 32 points and 460 65 yards during his time as during the 8-game stretch that he was the.
That was 2006. They also had Leonard Fournette and Darius Geis in the backfield. I mean, I could average a lot too.
Well, I mean, they're always going to have players, aren't they?
I mean, I guess. You
got Miles Brennan,
I think
Lowell Narcisse, and
Narcisse,
Justin Narcisse, and Justin McMillan.
Yeah,
are going to battle for the. Who do you think ends up being the starter?
Miles Brennan.
Think so?
He's a kid from Mississippi. Think he ended up being a 5-star in some services. He actually came in last year and played. I think he's a good player. And Lowell Narcisse came down to LSU and Auburn, if I remember right.
Committed to both for a while.
Yeah, but I think LSU's in trouble because I think they've lost a little bit talent-wise. I think that they don't have fantastic leadership right now. I'm talking about from the athletic director down to Coach O. I mean, look, I dig Coach O, and I think that, like I've talked about earlier with Les Miles, I love it when people bring flavor to the SEC because that's what we're about. You know, that's us. And so there's nothing that says LSU more than Coach O, right? But in the end, he's just not a great coach, and I don't think I'm alone in saying that.
Oh, no.
So I think
I said 3 years.
Has it been? But are you counting the interim gig?
No.
Okay. So he's had 1 year under your. I think this year could be it if things go wrong. Look, I don't know their schedule off the top of my head. I know they go to Auburn. I know that they play Miami and Dallas. I know they've got Georgia at home. I know they've got Alabama at home. I'm pretty sure they go to Texas A&M. You mix in whatever combo of Mississippi, Arkansas, and Mississippi State you've got in there, I think they've got a problem. I think they've got a big problem. And they play Florida, and they go to Florida again.
Do they have to go to Troy?
I think they've got 5 losses on that schedule. And I mean I think 4 losses easily. Yeah. 5 losses could definitely happen, and 6 losses, then you start talking about, do we let him go now?
It's a lot of money.
Well, here's the other thing. They're paying their coordinator $1.5 million.
2.5.
Oh, is it 2.5 million?
Yeah.
That's
defensive coordinator.
Do you remember when Steve Spurrier started making $1 million? Everybody thought it was crazy.
Yeah. Well, $4 million used to seem like it was insane.
Yeah.
Now it's just that's the minimum. Number 2, Emory Jones progression at Florida. At Florida now, Dan Mullen is able to pull this guy, quarterback. You bring him in. I mean, is he going to be can he supplant the starters there? Can he start as a true freshman?
Yeah, I think so because I think he's going to fit Dan Mullen's scheme more. Is Malik Zaire? Did I see he's going to be back for them? Or no?
Surely not. He was a 5th-year transfer.
Was he?
Right?
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not as familiar with Florida's roster. I saw somebody mentioned it and it just sort of in passing, and I thought that's weird. I didn't think he was going to be back. Maybe he's not.
Maybe
Emory Jones. I'll look it up.
Something happens.
I'm going to look it up.
We're up against the break. It's a good time to look it up.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the final segment of Sportz Blitz Live on this Tuesday, right after this.
Why buy your next car from Lynch Nissan of Auburn?
Needing extra space at your house? Check out Easy Storage Units on Tallapoosa Street, 1 mile from downtown Alex City. With state-of-the-art 24-hour surveillance, you can rest easy knowing all of your possessions will be safe and secure. Easy Storage has any size unit you need, from 5x10s up to 10x20s. Call Easy Storage today at 256-794-8223 to rent your unit today. That's EZ Storage, 256-794-8223.
When you're born, you're really young. You're like 0 years old. My grandma tells me to quit growing up so fast. But what can I do about it? My mom keeps throwing me birthday parties.
Russell Medical, comprehensive care in your corner of the world.
Show Enough Barbecue. Since 1990, we've been serving you the finest barbecue in Alexander City. Gerald believes in cooking fresh meat daily, and the secret to that is, I'm not going to tell you. Show Enough is just not about barbecue, but also known for fresh vegetables and homemade pies. That's where I come in. I'm Linda Sanford, better known as the Pie Lady. We also do catering. For more information, give us a call at 234-7675.
Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. At Walls, you'll find a dedicated staff offering top quality service from routine maintenance to a full engine overhaul and everything in between. Brian Walls and the folks at Walls Tire are local folks that you know, and they provide the best service always at a fair price. Find out what the rest of the Lake Martin area already knows. Walls Tire is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. Just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City. This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Russell Do-It Center, offering a complete assortment of lumber, building materials, electrical, and plumbing supplies. Russell Do-It Center stores deliver first-class service, top-rate products, and competitive do-it-best pricing.
Welcome back to the final segment of Sportz Blitz Live. Never too early to talk about college football. This talking about spring training, what we're looking for in the upcoming Georgia's new look defense. They are losing Roquan Smith, Devin Bellamy, Lorenzo Carter, Reggie Carter, Trenton Thompson, John Atkins, and Dan Dominic Sanders. All gone.
But they're bringing in a class with 7 5-stars in it. They're going to be all right. I think, their defense is going to have some growing pains, but they've got Kirby Smart who knows defense, obviously. I think they'll be fine.
More Keaton, what is it?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Keaton Thompson for Mississippi State.
Keontae?
Is it Keontae?
Yes.
T-A-L-N? T-A-L-N? Is how you spell it.
Look, I'm going to have to see it now. You got me twisted.
Well, let's just say the backup quarterback from Mississippi State.
Oh, no, I think it'll be Nick Fitzgerald.
Sure. But are we going to see more of him? He looked pretty darn good against Ole Miss.
Yeah, but I still think Fitzgerald's your guy. Fitzgerald's just, I really like him a lot.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Chad Morris impact at Arkansas. Revamping that offense.
Yeah.
So we're going to see an immediate impact?
No. I think Arkansas is going to have tremendous growing pains. And then I think they might get a win in the conference. That's how bad
certainly no team going to look differently than Arkansas.
No, I think they're going to have big problems. They lost a lot of people. Like one of their offensive linemen just decided to give up football here recently. They did get Miles Mason to flip his commitment from Mississippi State to Arkansas. But, man, I'm telling you, I think Arkansas's got problems next year.
Which quarterback leaves College Station? Is it going to be Nick Starkel or is it going to be Kellen Mond? Because one of them's going to get the job.
What do you think? Does that necessarily mean one of them leaves? I think Starkel would be the candidate. I think Mond gets the job. He's just got too much natural talent. Yeah.
Okay. How does Kevin Steele bounce back? This is what Saturday Down South says. I don't even know if he needs to bounce back, but Auburn did kind of falter down the stretch in the last couple of games, and they do lose some pretty good players in secondary.
Yeah, but their defensive line, and that's where the game is. And I think if he's going to take a step back, it's not this year; it's 2019, where Auburn could have some problems defensively.
Okay. What happens with the next Jalen Hurts?
With the next?
That's the title of it. Jalen Hurts, obviously, which one, like you said, there's going to be a competition in the spring. What's it going to, I mean,
if I'm Jalen Hurts,
believe Jalen Hurts is going to be the starter?
I think no.
Besides Jalen Hurts?
No, but if I'm Jalen,
I'm not even sure that he believes it.
I give it the old college try, and also I stick around. I mean, because look, you're one injury away. Tonga Vailoa's out there running around, doing flips and everything else. He might get hurt, and if you're Jalen Hurts, you come in, you will have the only backup who's ever been SEC Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing, Jalen Hurts. Think about this: if Alabama's blowing somebody out and he gets to come in, he's going to be a good situation. He is not far. It's not out of the realm of possibility that Jalen Hurts, if he remained the starter, he could have been Alabama's all-time leading rusher.
Well, that's what I say. Somebody's got to have a conversation with that young man and say, look, your future is not at quarterback in the NFL.
Well, why does everybody assume it's going to be at running back? Because running as a quarterback.
Receiver, I don't care.
But running as a running back.
Any other position.
Yeah, I think he'd have to play something else. But if I'm him, I just keep doing what I'm doing and become sort of like a jack of all trades. I mean, look, Trey Burton's playing for the Eagles right now. He did it at Florida.
That's going to wrap up Sports Blitz Live for this Tuesday evening. Thank you so much for joining us out there. For Ryan Fuller, the man behind the glass, for Luke Robinson, my co-host, I'm Andy Graham. I'm ready to go home. I'll see you later. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.
Even the best of us forget sometimes. But buckling up is one thing you always want to remember.
Seatbelts save lives. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Lake Area Realty is Lake Martin's Century 21 real estate company that proudly serves all the Lake Martin area. Rhonda Gaskin and her staff of caring professional realtors offers full sales for buyers and sellers in the area and can even help you with finding rentals or managing your current property. Whether it's your dream lake home, waterfront property, area family home in town, or just a starter home, Lake Area Realty can handle it all and advise you on all your needs. Buying and selling real estate is important to the professionals at Century 21. Lake Area Realty are your friends in real estate. Call or visit lakearearealty.net.
If you knew that underage drinking starts at younger ages than ever before, even in elementary school, you would talk to your kids about drinking right now, wouldn't you? If you knew that kids who drink are more likely to be involved in violence, school failure, or injury, you'd do what you could to prevent it, right?
Alcohol is a drug, and we need you to help us understand that before it's too late. Choose to refuse to lose your team to the dangers of underage drinking.
Homeowners all over Alabama have discovered that when you need your flooring clean, whether it's carpet, upholstery, or any manner of hard surfaces, there's no clean like Peaches and Clean. Serving Auburn, the Chattahoochee Valley, Montgomery, Birmingham, and the Lake Martin area. Call 866-837-6937, 866-837-6937, or visit peachesandclean.com. Caring for your floor and a whole lot more.
Your comfort is our number one concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's train dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you